NORDIC BEEBO here. Hello guys, NORDIC BEEBO here, and today we are reacting. Oh, not reacting. Something I need. Where's the app? We are doing something a little bit different. We are doing read a book. And this is going to be a little new series I'm going to be trying to do. I have a bunch of books. And we are going to read a love story. And I forgot to see who the author was. Also, I have a new phone. I have not been making videos this past weekend because, my phone broke. That's it. And now the internet's not working. I'll be back in a minute. I got the internet work. Go. Want to say hi, Mom?
What it do?
Now, this is a love story we are reading by the way, guys. So, yeah. We didn't wait here. There, SKYRIM. I forgot to see who the author was again. My bad. SKYRIM, there's something about you, lass. This bring out. We're going to see what the narrator, well, the creator, the author, whatever, has.
Author.
Arthur.
Author.
Author.
Not Arthur.
I can't. You know I can't talk. This Buenov love story has been doing the work for the last several years. Whoa. I have just yet to read it over and correct any I cannot say that. Airstrip thing. Can't say that.
Why are these out? Did you take those out?
What? Oh, Dad
did you do that?
No. Yeah, I'm trying to read a book here. Okay.
Oh, I want to go watch a movie, but there's all these clothes right now.
Okay. This is for my loyal readers, my spoilers, my walks. Okay, that's weird. You are all near and dear to me. A disclaimer before we step inside. I am not any character in this story. The characters in the plot are all belonging to Bethesda. I am just one that puts in more physical deception on this story. The story inside is just the plot of the Feastio questline, though, and the only difference are the love interest line to it. The couple changed my.
What? Where is
I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, back. Okay, let me get my narrator before it's on. You return to the blasted town you called home. You caught it. Definitely found a better hole. You could have definitely found a better hole to live in, but what was in your budget?
Put your shoes back up like I told you.
Hey guys, I'm back, and sorry, I have family issues, but not family issues. Airing mom, the rock cleaning and stuff. Okay, let's just return to the book. You return to the blasted town you called home. You could have definitely found a better hole to live in, but Weston was in your budget so far. Maybe you moved to went home. Guys, I'm sorry for stuttering, by the way. And buy the house located there. Be much better than Honeyside, the 2-story house, the basement you had bought some time ago. You pushed open the gate. The guards stared at you. They had given a shakedown the first time you entered, and they left you alone. You thought that the Kiwis and the whip had such bad reputation. Wait. You begin to walk along the copperstone pathway, boots stepping softly on the ground, the straight stone crutches underneath your feet. You ran a head through your hair. You wanted to go home badly. You had enough of the outside world, carrying loads of supplies for alchemy reasons. A man with black hair and a beard stopped crossing his arm over his steel plate. Oh, is this Mole, I think his name is? His eyes scanned you carefully, slipped for me a fuzzing half round. I don't know you. You're in trouble You're in Weston looking for trouble. You turn his knobby look, crossing your arms over your chest. What's it to you? Don't say something like that, the man warned, as the unamused looks remained. The last thing the Blackbriar needs is some loudmouth trying to meddle their affairs. Where are the Blackbriars, you asked? The Blackbriars have written in their pockets. The fugitives watching their backs. Keep your nose out of their business. The stranger answered simply, me? I'm Mole. I watch the streets for them. You need dirt on them, I'm your guy, but it'll cost you. You smirked. Dirt? I'm not exactly clean myself. It was a lame persuasion line, and you had no idea why you even said it. Then you're stupid and you look. You better watch your back. Maul growled and pushed himself off the pillar he was leaning on. He nodded his head to a other person and began to speed walk. Hey, I need to talk to you. You decide to leave your beginning to walk away. You stop in tracks as you notice a man in fine clothes staring you, a smart player at the edge of his lips. His reddish hair waved around in the breeze as he stepped out of the shady area. He began to walk towards you. Off. You keep walking head down when you notice his smile. It was charming, amusing. He was definitely pleased with something. You stopped when you bumped into something, and you looked up, seeing the man who was smirking at you right in your sight. You inhaled sharply, eyes wide, as you realized you ran face first into a man. Sorry, it's right, one and a little light in your pockets, lass. He spoke, a Scottish accent. %. I'm sorry, what? You replied, asking for him to clarify what he meant. Your pockets are low on coin, I could tell. He was smiling. How can you possibly know that? It's all about sizing up your mark. This. The way they walk, what they're wearing, it's a dead giveaway. My wealth is none of your business, you snap. Come, that's where you want. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'll like a taste. You were drawing curious. This man had a plan, quite a risky one. Quite a tricky one at that. Trickster, that one. What do you have in mind? I got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. In my line of work, extra hands are well paid. His remark turned into a little smile. What am I to do? Simply, I'm willing to cause a distraction. Then you're going still. Madison silver ring from the storage box. Under his stand. He struggled individually like this is so typical for something to do. Once you had it, I want you to place it in Branchy's pocket without him noticing. Why plan a wing on Branchy's? You asked. If you're going to pull anything like that, you need reason. He smiled. There's someone that wants to see him out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. If you want him out permanently. My skin. I'm sorry if my face looks weird in this. That's better. There's someone that wants to see. Okay, no, I can't waste the power in the car. Yes, guys, I am in the car. There you go. What? That's lights on. What? Why is all the lights on? Come back. There's someone that wants to see him out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. He obviously knows the answer. You desire that. That will be not nagging you in your mind. But you shrugged off the feeling of growing irritated. Now he began. Tell me, when your wedding would get started, a chuckle left his lips. You really loved the accent he had. You're ready to go. However, it's not like you had anything to grab. I'm ready. Let's get this started. Good. Wait until this is right and you show me what you're made of. He nodded you off with a gentle but mixative. I cannot say that. Sorry. Good, wait until distraction. Show me what you're made of. He nodded you up with a gentle but mischievous smile. I cannot say that. And looked at the crowd passing through the center of it. And everyone gather around. You blurt out the west, walking casually away so you don't draw attention. You looked away, making sure no dogs are on watch as you walk behind Madison's stand. You crouched to level yourself with the sliding door and to hide yourself from anyone that might peel their attention away from the wet-head stranger. Just a sec, you moved a lockpick from the pouch you had stripped to your waist and you placed it in the lock. You moved the pick around waiting for the familiar click. When you hear it, you turn into the fence unlocked. You pull it open quietly. stared down to the metal strong box inside. You breathed once you inserted a lockpick, turning it until you heard the familiar click. Once again, you opened the top, searching the box till you found the desired silver ring. Nodded to yourself, you soundless closed the strong box fence and stood straight when no one was paying attention. You casually waved to people knowing Banerjee looking to his pouch. He smirked, casually walking over to him. You acted as if you had no desire to chat, just to walk over to a few of your new acquainted words. When he stopped fiddling with his pouch, he straightened out and left his pouch open carelessly. You dropped the silver ring without a sound, as if he knew your intentions, if close. As if on cue, the crowd growled and annoyed at your acquaintance. Acquaintance means bring you off, by the way. Doesn't acquaintance almost really mean bring you off, like mean a partner or something. My face looks so weird right now. Dispersing to a term where they disappearing to return to where they were last. You made your way to the redhead fellow. Smiling once again stood in front of you. His Jotun lips curled upward to a smile. Looks like I chose the right person for the job. You go your famous promise. He handed you an orange pouch, coin clicking about inside. The way things have been going on, Warner, was either our plan went off without a hitch. What's been going on, you asked? Bah, he spat. I wouldn't be having one of bad luck, but I suppose that's how it goes. He snapped out of his thoughtful stead, doing eyes hardened with business, but never mind that. You did the job, and you did it well. But best of all, there's more where that came up. You think you can? You gave him a tough stare. I can handle it. All right, then. He smiled. Let's put that to a test. The group I Westman has a home to the wet right beneath Wifton. A tavern called the Wattpad Flanion. Meet me there, he turned. Off his heels, casually beginning to wander off. You thought for a minute. The job sounded excellent. Something you needed besides a label of Dragonborn. You looked up, noting the redhead had a little away from his placement. Wait, what's your name? He only looked over his shoulder and smirked that mischievous smirk and continued to wander. Okay. Oh, she was asking Benya. I don't care. Want to read faster, sharper your mind with a word puzzle that improve your reading skills? That sounds very awesome, but I don't care. Oh, Instagram. Oh, my brother liked it. My brother vapes. So I just had a damask of laughter here. God, I love Charlie the Unicorn. Oh my gosh. You glared after the man who disappeared down a nearby stairway to the river below. This was going to be an interesting job for you, given how smugly this man was acting already. He seemed interested enough in making the offer, so you decided to take it, and toward his feet sounded just right to you. There was a subtle wind in your head. Hand, or head, I think that's head. You follow his steps, finding a stairway that leads to a merchant selling system that used below. It wasn't used much anymore, given its reputation. It was carrying away quite a bit of people. You quietly begin your descent down the stairs, ending up in the carved platforms that circle the upper city level of the city. You smile, creeping around the platform as you search for the door. It would lie somewhere around here. As you saw the wit had disappeared down here, after all, he couldn't have jumped in the river. He would have heard a subtle splashing noise from the water. There had to be a door, there had to be. Eventually, you did find a door that created a bit of an archway. The stone walls. You opened up the iron gates that sat in front of you. The metal cracked as it flowed inward against the walls. You put your hands on the knob, twisting your hand and hearing the door. Click away, you pushed slowly, looking around at the environment around you. It was certainly dirty, shady, something that contained nothing but trouble. These disturbing thoughts crept into your mind. You took out daggers. You achieved. There was no way some lowlife was going to pummel you into the ground. Not without a fight. You heard voices in the distance as you continued to move further into the tunnel. Flipped your dagger so the blade was lying with your forehand. I don't know, Darv. They're scaring us alive to know we were doing this. Why are you acting like such a big baby? I got us this far as a man named Darv Skov. Sounds illegal. You flip the dagger over again, holding the blade tightly with your fingers as you aim. You weigh your arm back, delaying at the man backside as you focus. You shot your arm forward. The dagger whistled through the air and baited into the man's body. He grunt and ground as he fought forward, dying in place. In a matter of seconds, the other one unsheathed his sword, looking to see where the stupid dagger came from. You went out, pulling out the dagger from the man's back without any difficulty. Just out the other clicked and he trumped back, winging his iron shield for any slash he had in store. Well, you're a pretty little thing. Shame I'm gonna have to drive a sword through you. He smiled. You only glared. You had no response to him. Either there was something to be said about his overly smug attitude. He lunged forward, hurling his sword down towards your head. You blocked with a little dagger in your hand, gritting your teeth as you tried to muster some strength. You pushed away his sword, trying to sword quickly to him as he struggled back. He dropped soundless, and you pulled the bloody knife out of his chest again. Shame that, you muttered to yourself. You continue to wander through the tunnels, finding yourself at a drawbridge. You sighed to yourself, looking around at the setting around you. Maybe you would find a way to a lower bridge somewhere hidden away in the cobblestone walls. And you ceased to find one. You made a quick leap of faith to the side, and you quiet on your feet like a cat. You noticed the iron plate and you walked over towards it. You put on it light and only made the useless clearing sound. Locked butter. You dug through the nifty leather bag, finding the lockpicks you had stashed for just in case reasons. You nipped down in front of the lock, stinking the little metal pick and tampering until you heard the sound of a click. You turned the pick, lock turning, clicking, you pushed it. And gates the metal, opening with ease. Well, that was fairly easy, you thought to yourself, creeping through the gate to the very bright lit room. A person stood there, behind the table, just standing there, licking dates. He was probably a lowlife, spending all of his coin at Blackbriar Mead. They offered here and within trunk straight. You don't even take your time with this one. You carefully strode the dagger, landing in the man's chest without much aim needed. You walked over, pulling out the fresh bloody knife from his body, and continued on who knew how long the man would wait for your arrival. You turned to your left, noting a door standing at the base of the staircase. Find your destiny. All the killing, you finally arrived. You walked down the staircase, turning the doorknob. Here the hand was set on. It pushed open the door. The sitting was so much more different than the walkway. You had just gone through it. It was open, little boards of multiple wooden planks connecting the opposite side of the area. You noticed life walking along the other platform. You took a step inside. This was just different, very different, much more different than any tavern you ever seen. It was much more classic, relaxing. You found the wooden buildings cramped, and it made you very uneasy. Being in the type of there, that was something you could. Being in that type of there, that was something you could tolerate. Which more taverns took after this idea. Our town was such a terrible reputation was beautiful. You traveled, taking the white path. They were careful as you treaded along the wooden panels. You seemed to You treaded along the wooden panels, and you seemed to come in on a bad conversation. Give it up, when now these days are over. The man standing behind the bar counter said, obviously being straightforward with the man he was talking to. You scanned the other person's wet hair reached his shoulders, and you were sure he had a beard that matched the color of his hair. And the man who talked to you, the only thing different about him was the fact he was wearing dark armor and not fine clothing. He noticed you off the side. He completely cut off the conversation he was originally having. Well, color me impressed, lass. I shall now ever see you again. Smile stretched across his face. It was devilish like the last time, but drawing me with excitement. like he was truly excited to see you in front of him. The very moment. You could tell if it was his assignment in his student's eyes, or was there a glimmer of hope. Maybe both. With confident, mildly cocky smile, getting here was easy. Without a headstrong, you're turning out to be quite a prize. His smile turned into cork. You felt your face flush a bit, but it faded when you realized he was done talking. You honestly hoped he hadn't noticed your little blush there. Okay, guys, before I finish this and stuff, y'all should read this book by yourself because just download Wattpad and at the end I'll show you what the author's name is, and you could just you just search up SKYRIM on Wattpad and you'll find it. Please, to demise he has drawn, because his market draw more muse. So now that I whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about you handle a few deadbeats for me? Deadbeats, what they do, you question. They owe our ordination some serious coin, but they decided not to pay. He let go of a sigh he had been holding in. He blinked and soon returned to the topic. I want you to show them the Arab ways you thought for. This case seem easy. Sounds good. Who are they? Karava, Bercy, Honeyhand, and Helga. He soon added on his smile again, which you didn't realize had disappeared. Guess it because you were sucked into the top of business. Therefore, small outside details slipped. Do the whites, I could promise you a permanent place. Do this white, I could promise you a permanent place in our ordination. How do you want me to handle this, yes? Head turning a bit. Honestly, the depth is secondary. More important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. The minute explain. Again, out treasures with his hand. I spoke words of warning, though. I don't want anyone to be killed. Bad for business. Consider it done, you said. Quickly agreed. Good. If you need any details on the mark, I'll be here now. Get going, the man demanded. You thought for a minute. You still hadn't got his name in the marketplace. Smud disappearing, so he snapped back to reality, blinking. Wait a minute. I never got your name. He stopped in his track, he was wandering off, and he smiled back at you from his shirt. It wasn't mischievous like last time. It was kind of soft. Brynjolf. My name is Brynjolf. Last, now get the job done, you nodded. I really like this story. What is our character's name, actually? You will have a turn shortly and timely, intimidating. And after intimidating the few people Brynjolf had requested for you to get coin from, you carried a pack of 300 gold coins in your pouch, with a smile on your face, proud that you had done everything exactly as they wanted you to. You wanted to make a good impression, after all. You found Brynjolf sitting casually in a chair, tacker filled with meat in his hands. So job's done, and you even bought the coin. Best of all, you did it clean. I like that. His signature smile returned. You dropped the pouch in front of him, only saying, here's what they owe us. Well done, it seems. Like I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find this useful. He tossed a gold pouch back to you. You placed it back in your pouch, smiling at the fact that Brynjolf was kind enough to give you the cut you had gotten. 3, you had to harass. What's next, then? His hand was placed back on his tarkin. He moved his tarkin around as he spoke. Judging by how well you handled his chart, to the shopkeepers, I'll say you done more than simply prove yourself. He chuckled softly and took a drink of the mead he had in the cup. We need people like you in our outfit. Oh, I know, sir, it's so bad. You found yourself frustrated at his comment, and although confused at your reaction. You better speak if there's more dough where that came from. He beamed. That's the spirit. Larcy's in your blood. A tell sign of a practical thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here. Dicks it's warmer than they already had been. You shouldn't have been blushing. You need to make an impression that you are tougher than you looked. Not much inside. Before we go, I have to ask. Okay. So this right now, y'all can tell this girl doesn't know her feelings right now, but she's blushing. Okay. What's on your mind, lass? Before we go, I have to ask, what's on your mind, lass? What is your outfit isn't doing well? True? Well, we've run into a rough patch lately. There's nothing to be concerned about. Smile reassuring, tell us you want. You keep making us coin, and I worry about everything else. Fair enough. Maybe keeping you in the dark was a bad thing. It had to be, given he was trying so hard not to tell you what's going on around here with his own nation. Instead of parching his information on him, you only said fair enough. Now there are more questions. How about follow me? I'll show you what we're all about. He assured Mao, turned into a smudge at one. As he stood up from his seat, he set his target on the table, beginning to wander off in the direction of the other door. You followed quickly, but didn't head straight for the door. Given that this was a building full of thieves, you know the personal experience that thieves were a lot more clever than to hide their secrets behind a visible door. Booyah took the white path and stood at the door, opened the cap, and stood in place. Afraid my judgment was correct. He tried to confess. Booyah smiled. What was your thought, Des? These are clever. They won't hide all of their secrets behind a visible door, you explain. Oh no, the door leads to a webway vault. He chuckled, moving the foss back to his side. He walked to the square inch, the cabinet. It created a smile on his face as he looked back at you from his shoulder. Your assumption was correct, though. We thieves aren't ones who hide in plain sight. You walked to the hallway with him, chuckling at his comment. How long have you been in business? Long enough to be the best at what I do. People have said that I should be the next guild master. The former one resigns or meets his unfortunate demise. Stay explaining it as lightly as he possibly can, attempts not to scare me away. But I have no desire to lead. Why not? I'll make an offer neither. No, you won't. Oh, yes, I will, lass. Trust me, he chuckled. No, you could call me by my name. You propose, smiling. I was not doing your name receiving. My name. You call me by... Oh, yes, I would, lass. I would call it my name. My name is. I do not own SKYRIM and its named characters. I do not own the Thieves' questline. Darphil? Is that her name? Darphilia? 27 minutes. What percentage is it on? 12. I think. 1 second. Okay, we said some books. Well, some more stuff to me. Okay, that's Darphila. I think that's right. I'm sorry if I pronounced that one. You approach a door, Booyah honing behind you. He looked back at you and smiled, his green eyes shining with excitement and hope. You ready, lass? You snorted at the childlike dream and nodded. Booyah turned and pushed open the door, hiding it open so you could walk through it. You looked around at the setting, noticed that it was a bit similar to the Wagon family, in more ways than one. The only difference is that there was a centerpiece connected to the outer wing by a stone bridge. The area was riddled with bridges and chests. Few people spotted the area. This is cistern. Let me show you the operation. Then you could ask your questions. Booyah smiled and shut the door behind you. Such a gentleman. Booyah led the way again, heading towards a man standing on the centerpiece. The man had his arms crossed, seeming impatient for someone. Maybe he was waiting on Booyah. Booyah crossed a stone bridge, stepping next to a man standing in place. Mercer, this is the one I was talking about, our new recruit. This better not be another waste of the guild's resources. Booyah, the man spoke his voice drowning in amusement. Ouch, you obviously weren't the first person Booyah had brought in. The man named Mercer turned to you, a stoic impression on his face. Before we continue, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. By the rules, you walked away which Mercer, lining up on Booyah, tried, but was cut off. You break the rules and you lose your share. No debates, no discussion. Do what we say when we say. Mercer continued, not even acknowledging the fact that Brynjolf tried to speak. Do I make myself clear? He added on. Really making sure you understand everything you just went through. You really didn't like his attitude. Brynjolf was certainly nicer than this guy was. You will be much more responsive towards Brynjolf than Mercer, all because of Mercer's attitude. Colonel Whisk could give up your reservation for the nation, so you decide to. Yes, I understand. Good. Mercer seemed pleased with that as it's time to put your expertise to the test. Brynjolf sat there for a minute, thinking about what Mercer meant by his comment. And realized what he has been referring to. He returned to the leader. Wait a minute, you're not talking about Doningelo, are you? Even our little fix couldn't get in there. Our little fix for some reason. Your heart sucked a little when you caught that. You had no idea who they were in the drill, but that usually means they have sort of a soft side for them. You claim the recruit possessing appetite for our line of work. So let her prove it. Mercer barked. Then he turned to you. Doningelo states it's currently imported to one of us. Imported to one of our clients. However, the owner suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. You need retarded lesson. Brynjolf will provide you with details. Brynjolf turned to Mercer, inking on an eyebrow. Mercer, aren't you forgetting about something? Mercer turned to Brynjolf when he spoke to him. Oh yes, since Brynjolf came, she'll be nothing but a benefit to us. Then you're in. Welcome to the feast, you. You beamed at Brynjolf, thankful for his bragging. It was purely because of him that you have been accepted into the deal. You suddenly owe him something in return. You have to figure out what, though. Brynjolf strode over to you when Mercer turned and walked away. Welcome to the family, lass. I'm expecting you to make us a lot of coins, or don't disappoint us. For you carry out onto business, you want to make him confess to his bragging. I take it you've been speaking of me a lot, it seems. Brynjolf grinned and chuckled. You done more than prove yourself to me during our little scheme at the market. You had out the science clue. How long I have been standing out there looking for someone to do exactly what you had done. You felt warm inside, doing you had just gave the man his wishes, and you snapped back to business. So how do I dip my cuts of the spoiled? Simply, he answered, and quickly added on. It was as if he had done this before. Probably had. Do as you told, and keep your blade clean. We can't turn a profit by killing. Talk to Delvin Mallory and Vex. They know their way around the place. They'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Brynjolf wanted to cover all the bases with you before he lets you out the lease. You go to Doningelo. Stay. Oh, and talk to Talia, the Flatten. She'll set you up with your new armor. You let the abundance of emanation silk in, and once you had your mind cleared, you spoke again. Tell me about the Doningelo shop. Doningelo Estate is a bee farm. They waste the wet of those things for honey. It's owned by some smart mouth wood elf named Jones. I don't know they said that. We need to teach him a lesson by burning down 3 of his estate's hives and clearing out the safe in the main house. Right? You felt like there was a butt coming out the lawn, so you decided to have him save it. There's a catch here. What is it? I was stubborn. You're a sharp woman, aren't you, lass? The whole catch, you can't burn the whole place to the ground. This important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did. Why, the client makes sense why you're responsible. Every responded place with every place has its restrictions, right? The last thing we want to do is crossing our times. What should I do about Aaron with? Mercer pulls out Andrew's remains of Aaron Garth. Hey, Win, I'm gonna call him Win, okay? Remains alive, but if he stops you from getting the job done, kill him. There's a lot why you list that. Don't make me look foolish by mocking it up. You naughtily understand, Lee. It will be done. You turn on your heels and start heading out of the cistern. But Brynjolf gently grabbed the cloak of your arm to stop you in your tracks. You turn around to face him, toward the Westman. Yes? You watch yourself on that island, lass. Those mercenaries don't take prisoners. His green eyes were concerned. You returned to look with a shiny nod. I will, Brynjolf. Luckily let go of your arm. You felt a little that he had to watch you walk away. You dropped that he clearly didn't want you to. It seemed like he cared a bit more than your mind could. Honestly, comprehend. You felt the feeling droning on your shoulders and made your way towards the door that leads to the wedding flagon. But Brynjolf wanted you to talk to Delvin and Fex before you took off. Your heroic mission. So you pushed open the door, then you walked in. On the other side, waving your way around the corner your secret entrance had created, you stopped by a man on the other side. Broad shoulder, shaved head, and clearly knew you by the smug look on his face. Brynjolf, huh? Let me guess, he poked you off the street and dropped you into the thick of the things, without telling you which way is up, am I right? Your mind jumped to a defense not only for yourself, but the man who recruited you. I know what I'm doing. Lying to my face isn't going to get any favors from me. I can't promise you that, he snapped back. The guy has quite the nerve. It's probably Delvin. You thought you had heard him being addressed earlier, so it wouldn't surprise you. On the other hand, taking some of these edge drops off my hand placed you at the top of my list, he smirked. You got control of what he was doing. He was just being lazy so he could sit around and drink all day. I suppose I could use some advice you found. You finally give in, me beam. See, now that's the attitude of someone who wants to get rich. Live long enough to enjoy it. We'll get along nicely. He had hope better we do, you thought. So if you got the nerve, I'll give you plenty of extra drops. I can get the guild back on his feet, he explained. Back on his feet? Look around you, the flagon. The guild is all falling apart. A few decades ago, this place was as busy as the Imperial City. Now you're lucky we don't trip over a skeever instead. What happened? Look, I know the others think I'm a bit I don't know how to say that, for saying things like this, but I'm gonna give it to you straight. Something out there is a piss drunk and mad at us. I don't know who or what it is, but it's beyond you and me. We've been cursed. You saw why the other side of this guy was Darv. Curse wasn't impossible in this war. Tridents came back to all in the danger gods loved you full with the mortals. A curse? What can we do about that? I'll tell you what we could do. We could spit in the curse's face and turn things around down here, put things back in the way they were. That's where you came in. I got plenty of work fable that can lead us down to road to recovery. All you need to do is to ask, and we'll both came out of this smelly like a rose. Nod your head and turn away, while turning your eyes to the drunken thief, making you way to the pale, blonde North leaning against the boxes. You were about to open your mouth to speak, but she immediately cut you off. Before we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear. One, I'm the best infiltrator that this rat hole the guild has got. So you think you're here to replace me? You're dead one. And two, you follow my lead and do exactly as I say. No questions or excuses. Then we understand each other. Good. Now it's time to get your feet wet. I don't want to waste time talking about anything but business. What sort of business? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. We're in a bad way down here, she replied. Who knows? Any idea why? Who knows? Old Delvin thinks it's a curse. Some kind of curse. I think it's crazy. My friend, I think it's just plain old bad luck. You can get us out there and start making a name for us again. Making them start fearing us like they did a long time. They did long ago. And while you're at it, make a little bit of coin on your side. Not a bad deal, huh? You nod his mind, turning on your heels to approach the other woman who's sitting on the crates on the wooden platform to the center. Say your goodbyes to Fix as you strode away, strapping in front of the other one. She looked at you with a blank impression as she addressed you. So you're the new recruit, huh? Well, looks like you and I are going to get very well acquainted. You ain't a eyebrow. Why is that? I'm telling you, I'm the fence down here. You came You can buy anything you didn't exactly own, and I'll pay you some coin for it. Mine is a little slice for the deal, of course. Also provide a few supplies useful to our trade. Now again for a small fee. Is there anything you don't charge for? Sure, how about it? Dirty to knock you over your head and dump you in the cistern. She glared sharply and continued. Reminded percent at she continues her statement. Look, I've been in this business for a long time. I've seen odds. You could play tough, you could play smart, whatever. And there you'll find us. All we care down here is how much gold you can make us. You understand? Then there is a much to say. She handed you a piece of your armor, which you said on with ease. That's your armor. Just making sure you put it to good use. You nodded, turned away, marching back to the cistern so you could come back into the ward. Passed by it, almost as if we were trying to stop you to talk. Found the ladder that led back up to the outside ward, written as often. With that, you place your hands and feet on the ladder, then you're set. The job was interesting. You had just finished the job when Yalphin Mercer had sent to you. She already did it. Smiling accomplishment, you were back to the cistern and found Buena standing on one of the stones that led to the centerpiece. His armor crossed intentionally as he watched one of the thieves practice with their bow. Walked up, he beamed word on the street. His donut globe been hit. Good job, lads. Let me take a look at what you found. You dug in the space and to place small items and handed him the deal with the odd little symbol. He took it and observed it blink its pricing. Are you so doting, Joe? What's that idiot thinking? He muttered and shook his head. He has no idea the extent of Mercer's fury when she's been cut out of a deal, but I'm certain he'll find out. Only the patron of the buyer's name said the little odd symbol. Any idea what that might be? Try and put the pieces together in your mind. Once he had asked, no idea, but as well, I'll check my source and speak to Mercer. For now, you're off to speak to Maven Blackbird. She asked for your name. Good, it's about time I met her. Moving on, Trucker. Don't sound so weird, sound so it's business. So, what does Maven want from me? That's between you and Maven. I'll prefer to keep it that way. He noted the discomfort in your eyes and smiled reassuring. Don't worry about it. Maven's business dealing usually involves quite a bit of drill for her. Speaking of which, you warned, even you didn't get your cut. Of course, your payment, he chuckled. You're smart as a whip, lass. Keep doing right by us, and there's plenty more where that came from. You joined in chuckle that pointed off his mind in turn. Good luck with Maven, lass, until next we meet. Okay, guys, second. This is the book we're reading. I just want to see the author. I need to know the author's name. Isaiah. I forgot how do you check the name. Give me a minute. Story info. The author is iisolari. iisolari. So I need to see the picture of it. Oh. Okay, I need to see this picture for my thumbnail, guys. Yeah, buddy, I'm using your thumbnail. Don't be mad. So I really need this guy's thumbnail. Don't judge me. I just really need it. I just need his thumbnail. Okay, got his thumbnail. Yay! Alright, 1 second. Can I do it like this? No, it seems. Okay. Well, now let's go back where I was at. Alright, can I just do this? Continue. Oh no, I gotta go all the way back. Dang it. Guys, I think, oh damn, 24. Oh, it's this. I'm postponed. I woke up to realize that I have fallen. Don't care. No, I don't care. X. Okay, guys, I'm on the part I was on. Guys, please like and subscribe. This will be a new series I'm playing called NORDIC BEEBO READ'S Wattpad book stories. And y'all will see the author's name in the description below. So, guys, please like and subscribe. NORDIC BEEBO here. We're out. Bye. Oh, and end it.